Welcome to Lemon Stream, where we feature stories of the unknown, mysteries, post-apocalyptic fiction, and other weird stuff. So settle in, get comfortable, get ready. Here we go. The New World, Chapter 17, The Way of a Man. What was it like? Stevie asked, pushing at the fire with his boot. I mean, you don't have to answer that, but I'm just curious, what was it like to, shoot her? All the men were sitting around a small campfire. Darren was silent for a few seconds and then answered. It was like nothing. What do you mean? I just did it. It felt like nothing. I mean, I didn't really feel anything. It felt like duty. Like I was just doing what needed to be done. There were no feelings. It was like all my feelings were shut off, and I was just doing what had to be done. How's that for toxic masculinity? Sandy said. He laughed. I think, said Darren, that's part of the whole point. That's exactly it. Some of the things about being a man, some of the things that were not appreciated in the old world, even things that were called bad, are absolutely essential in this new world. We will not survive without our toxic masculinity. They've spent so much of their time trying to feminize us, Sandy said, trying to emasculate us, trying to make us less of who we are, and now those exact things they attacked about us are the things we need so badly. Our survival hangs by a chain. One link of that chain is toxic masculinity. One link is the nurturing instinct of my wife. You know, toxic femininity. There's lots of links, and some of them I'm good at, and some of them she's good at. We need it all. That's why we were made the way we were made. If we were going to survive, we need to embrace who we are, who nature equipped us to be, and not beat ourselves up over it. Yeah, live the way God made us, Michael nodded. Well, you say God, Sandy said. I say nature. I'm not so sure about all that God stuff, but we're not that far apart. We're both talking about a designer and about being made or designed a certain way as men. I tried to tell people that before, Darren said, but they laughed at me. They called me stupid and chauvinist and whatever other names they could make up, but when they needed someone to go to Afghanistan, then they needed me and my masculinity. Then I come home and they start putting me down again, calling me names, telling me I'm toxic and useless. Now they're all dead, and our life and our children's lives depend on those things that they condemned. Now the survival of the whole world depends on men standing up and being men. I don't like killing animals, Sandy said, but if I get Bambi in my sights and my family needs food, you bet I'm going to shut my feelings off and pull that trigger. My wife would be a basket case if she had to do that, but she can look in an ugly, noisy, stinky little baby who wakes up every 2 hours and feel compelled to nurture it, to feed it, to take care of it. That would make me a basket case. One thing about this new world, we're all finally valued for who we are. The old world devalued us. It put us down. It called us worthless for who we are. Everybody, Michael added, always said you're too aggressive, or you're too competitive, or you're too obsessive, or you work too much, or you have no feelings, you have no compassion. Everything they told me that was wrong about me, now we need to survive. Yeah, the old world was a fake world, Sandy said. There was no room there for nature or for masculinity or even femininity. There was especially no room for men in that world unless they cut their balls off. Because masculinity, Darren said, can't be controlled. The old world was all about control, all about people submitting to systems of control and management that suck the life out of people and transfer their resources over to a gangster class. Masculine men have to dominate. They have to make their own way. They have to seek truth and nature. All of that is incompatible with the old system of control and submission. Without real men, there's only slavery. And, said Sandy, without real women, there's no peace, no nurture, no family. For them to do what they're good at, they need stability and safety and resources. And part of our purpose is to make that happen. Michael nodded. Without a purpose outside of himself, Darren nodded, a man has no point to his life. Well, not no point, but little point. It's not that there's something wrong with someone just trying to survive for themselves, but men are equipped to do much greater things, things bigger than themselves. Honestly, said Sandy, so are women. They're just equipped in a different way. And it's not that our strengths and our nature oppose each other. It's that we fit perfectly together. Sometimes, said Stevie, it does feel like I have no purpose. You guys all have wives and families. I've got nothing, nobody. Not nobody, said Michael. You have us. We're a community now. One big family. Your purpose is to the community. Yeah, said Stevie, that sounds right. I can do that. Then, Darren added, one day you will have a family of your own. And your biggest purpose and responsibility will be toward them. But you will still be responsible to the community, just more so to your family. But, Sandy chuckled, you can go ahead and be toxic right now. Don't be afraid to be masculine. We can all be toxic and masculine, and we'll be more likely to survive. Michael picked up a bottle of Chinese wine. Hold out your cups, he said. They lifted their glasses, and Michael filled each halfway. Michael filled his own glass and lifted it to theirs. To the new world, he said, to new purpose, to toxic femininity and toxic masculinity, to men and women, to our families and our new little community.